As doctors work to try and find a vaccine for the coronavirus, a trial is happening right here in Indiana. Coming up, when we'll learn if this vaccine works and how you can participate.
Only a few days to prepare for a return to virtual learning for some students and kids in Hamilton County. Why the decision was made and the steps the Fishers mayor is taking to help return kids to the classroom.
And a construction project to tackle the North Split is just weeks away from getting underway. The immediate impact it will have on drivers.
From the station working for you, this is WRTV News at 5. Streaming now.
Now first at 5, the race for a vaccine to fight coronavirus and the role Indiana is playing in this very important research. Thanks for joining us here at 5. I'm Mark Mullins.
And I'm Amanda Starrentino. 2 companies are already reporting very positive results with their vaccines, but more companies are also working on developing their own vaccines. The IU School of Medicine is one of 80 sites in the country participating in another company's COVID-19 trial, a vaccine produced by AstraZeneca.
Today, WRTV's Alyssa Donovan learned how participants are feeling at this point and when we'll hear if this vaccine is effective.
Just over 200 participants have received the first of 2 injections right here in Indiana. Those we spoke to who are part of the trial say they joined in hopes of being a small part of helping find the answer to this pandemic. When 79-year-old Joe Morris of Bloomington retired, he vowed to leave his house for at least 2 hours every day.
I've been able to maintain the schedule through 3 days a week at the gym for an hour and a half, lunch with the Romeos. Well, that's retired old men eating out, and going to the movies and traveling.
But all that changed with the pandemic, which is why he volunteered for the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine trial.
I feel that is the very thing that a person of my age can do to help change things and get my children back to work, my grandchildren back to school, and be able to enjoy the things I've always taken for granted.
A sentiment echoed by others in the trial, like surgeon Ashley Meager.
The virus is surging right now. We're seeing more and more positive patients in the hospital, and anything we can do to try and minimize that would be really great.
And IT consultant and mother of 2, Mia McClendon.
I'm very hopeful that, just my little bit of participation, will eventually go a long way.
These are just 3 of more than 200 participants who have received either the vaccine or the placebo in the double-blind trial happening at IU School of Medicine.
Meaning for every one individual who gets placebo, 2 will get vaccine.
These participants' ages, backgrounds, genders, and ethnicity, helping sample high-risk populations sought after in the trial.
One of our focuses so far has been making sure that we are bringing in a diverse population of individuals that reflects our state.
So far, that includes 9% Black participants, 16% Hispanic, and 15% over the age of 65. Each of these people will receive 1 more injection. The hope is that doctors will learn if the vaccine is effective by the end of the year. I'm Alyssa Donovan, WRTV.
And thousands of people have applied to be part of the trial. However, not all of the applicants will qualify, so they still need volunteers to sign up for the trial. We have details on how you can sign up on our website, WRTV.com. And this just in, several members of Governor Eric Holcomb's security detail have tested positive for COVID-19. As a result, Indiana State Department of Health Commissioner Dr. Christina Box has advised Governor Holcomb and First Lady Janet Holcomb to quarantine beginning today. The governor and First Lady are considered close contacts and will be tested later this week. The Indiana State Department of Health will perform the contact tracing for the governor, First Lady, and security detail.
Now to today's coronavirus numbers and a new record-setting day. The state reported the deaths of 84 more people with COVID-19. That is the highest one-day report ever. 56 of those 84 deaths took place on Sunday and Monday. The statewide total is now 4,770. The state reported a little more than 5,500 new coronavirus cases today. Those results recorded between October 31st and yesterday. And due to the demand for COVID-19 testing, The Marion County Public Health Department is going to require you to pre-register before going to one of their 3 drive-through testing sites. Dr. Virginia Kane, Director and Chief Medical Officer for the Marion County Health Department, said this will result in shorter lines and shorter wait times to get tested. To register for a free test through the County Health Department, go to marionhealth.org/IndyCovid. You can also call this number 317-221-5515. The tests are offered at the Health Department's main building at 3838 North Rural Street Monday through Friday, the department's South District office at 7551 South Shelby Street on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and at a location at 3685 Commercial Drive on the west side near 38th Street and Lafayette Road on Mondays and Wednesdays.
An increase in COVID case numbers have prompted the Hamilton Southeastern School District to move pre-K through 6th grade students back to virtual learning later this week. The school board just made the announcement this morning, citing low staffing levels. District leaders say 94 teachers and instructional staff members requested a sub today. Their current fill rate is only about 50%. Principals and counselors are even stepping in to help, but they anticipate the need for subs to increase as the week goes on. Grades 7 through 12 are already attending class virtually, so starting Thursday, pre-K through 6th graders will also go 100% virtual through December 4th. Some parents say they are frustrated by the short notice.
Everybody else has managed to do it just fine, so we got to figure it out here in Fishers because education is essential and it should be the last thing to close down.
Fishers Mayor Scott Fadness says the city will do whatever it can to help get kids back in the classroom. He just announced a new expedited COVID-19 testing site that will be specifically for teachers, students, and their families. We will have more info about that on our website at WRTV.com. Kevin.
Well, you could hear the wind in that video. Welcome to my home studio in Avon, Indiana. Of course, this is where I am, unless we have severe weather threatened. No severe weather on the horizon here as we go through the rest of the week. We've had lots of sunshine. I mentioned severe weather just because this is the anniversary date of the state's 2nd largest tornado outbreak. We had some 30 tornadoes back in 2013 on this date. 42 in Lafayette, 39 in Peru. We never really warmed up too much today, as promised. Very cold with a northwest wind, cold and gusty, over 30 miles per hour. Setting sun, 528, the magic number. That's when the sun will drop below the horizon. We've already have the clear skies. Now we need to calm the wind. The wind will calm down tonight. It's part of the 3 C's, clear, calm, and cold conditions that will take over by the morning hours tomorrow. We're in the mid-20s. That happens to be the coldest temperature within the 7-day forecast, but that's rock bottom and we'll warm up from there. By the time we get to noon tomorrow, looking at 44 degrees, and the wind out of the south will make a difference. We'll jump to 51 for the afternoon high tomorrow. That's a start. We'll talk about temperatures in the 60s, how many days we can put in a row with above average temperatures coming up.
Thanks, Kevin. An Indianapolis firefighter is in the hospital tonight recovering from serious injuries while battling a morning apartment fire in Beech Grove. Crews were called around 6 a.m. to a small apartment building at South 4th Avenue and Alton Street. While they were fighting the fire, one firefighter fell from the roof of the porch to the ground. That firefighter was taken to a hospital in serious condition, but the Indianapolis Fire Department says their condition is stable. Another firefighter was treated for minor scrapes at the scene and released. The fire department says all 8 residents made it out safely. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. We will continue to update you as we learn more at WRTV.com.
It's been talked about for several years, and now soon work will begin on a major interstate project, the redesign and reconstruction of the I-65 I-70 North split. The first phase will actually focus on exit and entrance ramps and not the actual interstate itself. In the next 3 to 4 weeks, construction will begin with the closure of the Michigan Street exit ramp from the 6570 Collector Distributor Road. The ramp is expected to be closed for a year. An INDOT spokesperson says work on the interstate and big closures won't start until the spring of 2021. The entire project is scheduled to be completed by the end of 2022. Still ahead here on WRTV, we'll take an in-depth look at the science being used to produce vaccines to protect us from coronavirus. It's all about sending messages to help make your body immune to the virus. And a new business for Amazon. It's now an online drugstore. How it could work for you.
And the colors tell the temperature story here on this map. The blues are the cold temperatures. That will gradually be pushed out of the state. Here comes some warmth. We'll talk about the 60s coming up.
Retailers are spreading Black Friday deals throughout the month of November. Consumer reporter John Matarese is breaking down when you'll get the best deals on electronics so you don't waste your money.
Walmart has just released their third and final Black Friday ad, and this is the one to check out if you're thinking of buying any electronics. No lines, no crowds, but also no thrill of a great find on Thanksgiving night. Walmart, like most retailers, will be closed Thursday due to the pandemic. Instead, it'll kick off its biggest Black Friday sale Wednesday evening the night before at 7 p.m. online. BlackFriday.com says you'll want to be at your laptop to nab the best electronics deals of the year.
All the TV deals in this round are online only. The gaming consoles as well, those are online only.
Walmart's hottest deals would include a Vizio 70-inch 4K TV, just $478, the lowest price ever on that size. Apple AirPods Pro for $269, that's $80 off. Apple Watch 3 for $119, $60 off. And the new PlayStation 5 and Xbox X for $499. Great prices, and you don't have to fight the crowds. As always, don't waste your money. I'm John Matarese, WRTV.
One other note about Walmart, the retailer has gone back to counting and monitoring the number of customers that enter and leave its stores as coronavirus continues to climb across the country. In April, Walmart started restricting the number of people to 20% in its store capacity or lower if mandated by local officials. For a brief time, though, they stopped counting customers. Now that practice has returned.
Now sold on Amazon, insulin and inhalers. Yes, Amazon is now a drugstore. The company announced today it has opened an online pharmacy. The move propels Amazon into a new business and could shake up the pharmacy industry. Amazon said it will offer commonly prescribed medications, including creams and pills, as well as medications that need to stay refrigerated, like insulin. Shoppers have to set up a profile on Amazon's website and have their doctor send their prescriptions there. It won't ship medications that have a high risk of being abused, like some opioids. Most insurance is accepted. Prime members get free 2-day shipping. And more consumer news, Hulu is raising prices of its live TV packages. The Disney-controlled company began notifying customers Monday. This comes exactly 1 year after Hulu last raised prices. The new rate will be $10 a month more on both of its 2 live TV bundles. The increase takes effect December 18th. A Hulu subscription without live TV channels is not going up. Hulu operates the largest live TV streaming service in the U.S. with more than 4 million subscribers. And Kevin, you could feel the chill in the air today. Oof.
Yeah, well, look at this. This kind of paints the picture. Anywhere from 10 to almost 15 degrees cooler right now than we were yesterday. It's always easier to talk about the big change. It's different to get out and feel it. But sunshine helps everything. We'll start to turn this around as we go through the next couple of days. Let me mention severe weather. Severe weather and cold temperatures don't like each other. They don't really go together. Sometimes, even in November, we get the pieces of the puzzle to come together for severe weather. Severe weather doesn't follow the calendar. It follows the elements that produce the severe weather. On this date in 2013, we had 30 tornadoes. That's the second largest tornado outbreak in Indiana history. I'm sure some of you remember June 2nd, 1990, we had 37 tornadoes in a single day. So we do see a spike in the fall. You make a seasonal change and you can get some severe weather. Not in our forecast now. Look at that. Beautiful setting sun out in Putnam County, and the stage is set for temperatures to fall into the mid-20s. We don't have anything that cold again within the 7-day forecast. As a matter of fact, Sunday morning temperatures will be around 50. Clear and cold tonight. Temperatures begin their march into the 60s tomorrow. We won't accomplish that tomorrow. We'll take 2 bites at that. One tomorrow, get us into the 50s. Then we're up and over as we get into Thursday. Next best chance for rain, that will come on a Sunday across all of central Indiana. Temperatures now range from the upper 30s, Tipton and Peru, to 36 in Wayne County in Richmond. Other temperatures as warm as 45 in Sullivan. Temperatures during the day tomorrow, again with sunshine and a south wind. That's the key. We've got a north wind today, or northwest wind. We'll get a south wind tomorrow. Pushes temperatures into the upper 40s for highs to low 50s. There, the upper 40s north of Indy, 51 in Lafayette, Petersburg, western portion of the state, lower 50s. Those will be fairly common. We seem to perform pretty well with all that sunshine and stretching temperatures out from the morning low to afternoon high. Well, the forecast for wind gusts continues to increase for Thursday. We're no stranger to strong winds this fall. We had over 60-mile-per-hour gusts on Sunday. Looks like we'll have 40-mile-per-hour gusts or higher. As you can see there, for a few hours, it's showing some gusts over 50. Thursday, that's with warmer temperatures returning, and we should climb to about 63 for the afternoon high temperature with those strong winds and the sunshine. 7-day forecast, we're still in the 60s Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There'll be a chance for some showers Saturday, but we're more likely to stay dry. The better chance comes Sunday, 62 degrees. Then we transition to much cooler temperatures. By the time we get to Tuesday, we're back into the 40s for highs at 46 degrees. There's a lot going on in the 7-day forecast.
You got a lot to cover there. All right. Thanks, Kevin, for that. In the race for effective coronavirus vaccines, we're learning that both the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines rely on a new kind of approach to the science, RNA. We've learned recently that both companies say their vaccines are more than 90% effective. Tonight, Derek Stahl from our Scripps station in San Diego is going in depth to explain how RNA vaccines work.
On the surface, the vaccine candidates from Moderna and Pfizer look like any other vaccine you've taken.
It really felt just like a flu shot.
Like other vaccines, they work by training your body to build up defensive weapons against the virus, like antibodies and T cells. But instead of training your body by introducing a killed virus or a fragment of a virus, these vaccines introduce a set of instructions called messenger RNA, or mRNA, enclosed in a little blob of fat.
The key concept with RNA is that RNA is messages, and they're meant as like short-term messages. So it'd be like in each cell at any given time, there are maybe 5,000 to 10,000 different messages.
Dr. Shane Crotty at the La Jolla Institute for Immunology says the mRNA instructs some of your cells to make the coronavirus's signature spike protein, the key protein that unlocks the door to cells. He says it's just enough material to train the immune response, but not enough to make you sick.
If it was like a car, it'd be like you just showing the car door to the body, right? There's no way that car door can turn into a whole new car. But it's enough of a piece of the car for your immune system to recognize that car if it saw it again.
Scientists started by sequencing the virus's DNA from a sick patient, then encoding that genetic sequence into an mRNA instruction molecule that can be read by the manufacturing part of cells. From there, it's a bit like Snapchat. The mRNA gets injected into your body, sending instructions to your cells that last for a bit and then get deleted forever. So it's not like your cells are being genetically modified.
They're around as messages for some period of time, and then they go away, and then the cells get back to their normal job of reading their own messages instead of reading the message that you're injecting in the vaccine.
The concept has been around since the 1990s, but there are currently no RNA vaccines on the market for any pathogen. So Dr. Crotty says it's hard to estimate how long-lasting the immunity from them will be. Some existing vaccines protect you for life, like the measles vaccine. Others protect you for decades. The flu vaccine lasts just about 6 months. Dr. Crotty says it depends on how fast the virus mutates and how long the immune cells survive. But even in a worst-case scenario,
those aren't insurmountable problems.
Because the best feature of RNA vaccines is that they can be quickly reprogrammed.
And that was Derek Stahl reporting from our Scripps station in San Diego. Both Moderna and Pfizer are still in their phase 3 trials, but they expect to finish them by December. Together, they estimate they'll have enough doses for about 35 million people by the end of this year, primarily for healthcare workers and high-risk individuals.
We have seen Barbie dolls that are doctors, pilots, nurses, teachers, portrayed as famous women, and so much more. Well, now Barbie is cutting loose and taking accessorizing and style to a whole new level. We'll tell you what Barbie Extra is all about coming up. If there's a child on your Christmas list into glam, accessories, and loves to be creative in the way they dress, then a doll from a new line of Barbies may be the perfect gift for them. Mattel just released what it's calling Barbie Extra. 5 dolls that have a playful and over-the-top style. The dolls have a range of body types, skin tones, and facial structures. They are also heavy into accessories. In fact, Mattel says when it comes to fashion, Barbie Extra has a more is more attitude. Even the dolls' pets have accessories. You can find them at Target, Walmart, and on Amazon with a suggested price of $24.99. Those are my kind of Barbie dolls. Very cute. They say they did everything right and still got COVID-19. Tonight we share one family story, the wife battling cancer, kidney failure, and heart issues while dealing with the coronavirus. That's tonight at 6 p.m. And a change in the landscape at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway while crews tore down a piece of the past along 16th Street and what will take its place now and possibly in the future.